Nothing's new, y'all. That should be like my thesis video. Right? I should put that at the top of like our morning mindset stuff. Because you heard it 1,000 times in there. If you change your thinking, you change your life. It's such a simple concept. It's such a simple concept, but it's so hard. It's so hard. You don't even know how deep some of your beliefs are. You don't even know what thoughts are actually controlling your life yet if you're not fully aware. If you haven't gone deep in this process, you might not even understand what thinking is actually controlling your life. What thoughts that you have had for so long that you think are a part of you. You think they're normal. You think this is the way, like those are the thoughts that are keeping you where you are. And our ability to really, we just talked about metacognition, think about what we're thinking about and really get to the root of our thoughts behind why we're doing what we're doing could change our life. Could change our life, right? So something that pops up for me. I'll be transparent about this. Something that pops up for me, even being in business, being an entrepreneur, talking all the success, doing all the stuff, right? Is sometimes in my spiritual life, right? I get hit with some people and some right influence that'll say things like, you shouldn't be building wealth, right? We store up our wealth in heaven, right? Like there's a bunch of like things and some of it's scripture, some of it's just the way people think about their theology that says like you should not go after riches. You should not go after worldly wealth. You should go after the things of God. And every once in a while in my spiritual walk and in my actual natural like business walk, they conflict. My thinking conflicts. It's like, man, is this? And guess what happens? It slows me down in business. When my thoughts are thinking like maybe this isn't, or maybe I should be, or maybe this, then I slow on this side. All from the thinking. When that thought's not there, when I have resolve in scripture that says, right, like, right, that money solves all things and that we keep going down this path, I move faster in business. My thoughts, my thoughts create my outcome in business. I know this happens in all the areas of my life. My encouragement to you is that you recognize this in all the areas of your life. Something that you're holding on to with your family is the reason you won't leave the job. Something that you're holding on to in a thought process of, right, something with your child is the reason why you can't give all to the business. Or something way that you think about what you saw in the past is the reason why you don't change your health. Right? When I hear people say like, things are genetic, like things like high blood pressure, and that it's not genetic. It's just how you have chosen to eat because that's how your family chose to eat and that's how they taught you how to eat. That's what that is, right? That's just a thinking. And if you change your thinking, it'll change your life in that area. We got to get to that, y'all. Like this is how you get to the life you don't need a break from. It's you actually have to do the deep work and analyze like, man, like why do I think the way that I think? How do I think? What thoughts am I having? Metacognition. I wrote down all causation is mental. Brian Tracy said that in there. All causation is mental. Cause and effect, right? Cause and effect. All causation, everything that leads to the cause of something is actually from thought life. It's actually from thought life, right? So if you start, right, we start blaming life, we start talking about the circumstances, all the things, we've missed the boat. The boat is how you thought about that thing, how you're thinking about it. Thought. All causation is mental. I wrote down poor thinking habits keep people poor. I used to give this acronym. One of my clients used to always repeat it back to me because I gave it to her a long time ago, and she's like, "That's the only thing that stuck with me." There's probably other things, but that too. I used to give her the acronym for POUR. POUR is passing over opportunities repeatedly, right? Passing over opportunities repeatedly. Poor thinking will have you passing over opportunities repeatedly. Like you think you have no opportunities and they're just whizzing by you. You're just too scared to take that one. That one doesn't look like it. You're poor in your thinking. So now you're passing over all the opportunities that are around you. You don't even see them. You don't even know that they're there. Poor thinking. If we change our thinking, Change our life. Think small, your life stays small. Think big, your life expands. How big are you thinking? Right? We always say people overestimate what they can do in a year, underestimate what they can do in 10. You ask the average person what their life looks like in 10 years. You heard a guy on there say 30 years. Most people have no idea what they're capable of, no idea of what it could be. We think we could be a millionaire next year, though, right? Like we really, really think like we could lose 50 pounds in 2 months, right? Like we believe like the things that we can do in the short term. And then in the far off, in the 10 years, our dreams, our goals, the things that is so low. You could run a country in 10 years. I don't know how big you think. You can literally run a country. Like you could literally like, anything you want to make happen in 10 years is possible. Anything. But is that your belief? Or like the guy said on the video, are we just shooting to make 100 grand? Like that's the goal. I gotta get there. He said, you should be thinking about making 10 million because now you have no idea how you're gonna do that. And guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna pull you out of your comfort zone to get you to the life that you want. Choose thoughts of the person you want to become. This is a big one. Choose thoughts of the person that you want to become. What are the thoughts of the multimillionaire, super successful family person that's super impactful, influential in their life? What kind of thoughts you think they would have? I would often say this with time. When we start measuring time, when you start saying things like, if I want, right, if you choose the way a person in the future, like the person that you want to be, would use time. If you're the CEO of a Fortune 100 company and you make $10 million a year, would you still be using your time to drive your aunt to the airport? Would you still be using the time to like go walk the dog, do things, right? Like, I get it. You might have more money to do those things, but like where you choose to spend your time now, why don't you just think about the person you want to be and where they would choose to spend time? Because that's how you get there. You have to do it before you become it. So same thing in your thinking. Choose the thoughts of the person that is already where you want to be. What thoughts would they have? Are they different from your thoughts now? Do they have the same doubt, worry, fear, anxiety, all those things? Is that the person? Is that what they're feeling and thinking? Probably not. So that's why you got to change it. Think bigger than you're comfortable. Think bigger than you're comfortable. This is just about stepping outside of your comfort zone. But you can step outside of your comfort zone in your thought life. You can step outside of your comfort zone. Like you have comfortable thoughts, things that are comfortable for you to think about. What's really uncomfortable for you to think about? Really big things that are far beyond your reach and your control, and you don't know if you could ever get it. And you might be disappointed if you never do. So instead, you're just not even going to think that big. This is the masses. This is the masses. I'm talking to us because we want to go off and design our ideal life. So you got to know what's different, how you have to think different than your coworker. Like you're not on the same playing field. You might work in the same building, but y'all don't think the same because y'all aren't going the same places. You might have to think different than your family because you might be blood, but like you're not on the same playing field. So you have to think differently than them. So how big are you thinking? How big are you thinking? Are you thinking outside of your comfort zone? Are you giving yourself thoughts that are giving you butterflies, that are saying, like, I don't know if I can do this? Those are thoughts when you're thinking big. If it's too comfortable, if it's just out of your will and your might, and I know I can do this, your goals are probably too low. You're probably too low. If you're willing to change your thinking, you can change your life. I heard the lady say that, and I underlined the word willing. That's all this is, ladies and gentlemen, is a willingness to do the hard thing. It's possible, but are you willing? It takes a lot to change your mind. It takes a lot to become aware of how you think and then change it. I was talking to my wife about this. I was sitting down with a couple people over the past couple weeks, and a couple of them I don't agree with their like mindset around things, their theology, their mindset around like marriage. Like there's just a bunch of things I just don't agree with. But guess what? I sat in those meetings and I listened. And I told her this because she was like, you don't have to listen to everything everyone says. I was like, that would be like the definition of being closed-minded. How long I keep those thoughts might be one thing. But just even blocking it out, think of the people you know in your life that you bring them something or they hear something, they won't even accept it. It's like, no, 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 no. No, 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 can't do it. That's the definition of being closed-minded. You can take in what someone says and then discern, use your thinking to be like, is this right? Is it coming from the right place? Is it the right person? Is it the right information? Is it? No. All right, I get rid of that. But we don't block it at the door. We don't just stop listening to people at the door because that's being closed minded. So if you want your life to expand, you actually have to be open to what people talk about, what people say. You don't have to take in everything, but you got to be open to it. This is actually one of the keys to thinking big. It's actually be like we use that term a bunch. I'm open minded. Are you? Are you? Are you talking to enough people that are opposite of you, that are different from you, that have different thought processes than you, that have right different values, different more, and still able to listen, take it in, discern whether or not that makes sense, discern whether or not it's coming from the right place. Like this is how we get our seeds planted of thinking big. When you get around big thinkers, you have to be able to listen so they can plant seeds of you potentially thinking big. I just gave this example to somebody, one of my right mentors, people that I would talk to here and there is a billionaire. And I mentioned this before to him. I said, every time I'm around him, one of the things I notice is he always talks big numbers, like really big numbers, like that, like you don't think about, that we don't think about. And he's just really like quick with it. So he'll be talking about something. He'll be like, yeah, if you just, like, I just did the deal, or I just had the thing where I did, $14.2 million and at 4% interest, it gives you, right, like 1.2 million and blah, 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 and that's how you make it. And then he just moves on like it's nothing. And normally when he's talking to people in a room, we're all like, what? 14.2, like, what are you talking about? Like, it's so big that we don't even comprehend it. You got to start thinking that way. The great ones think big. That's what it says in the text. It says, while average performers think about how to survive with the least amount of pain and struggle, the world class thinks big and plans their brilliant futures. Ask people around you what they think about at any given time, and you might be surprised to learn how many think about just getting by. That's it. Just get through the day by day. How's your day? Getting through. How are things? Day by day. How are right? That's how most people think. The world class refers to this as selling yourself short. Their philosophy seems to be if you're going to be thinking, you might as well think big. If you're going to be thinking, you might as well think big. You heard Steve Harvey say it takes the same energy to think this way and that way. Like it takes the same energy. So you might as well think big. The difference is, and I'll just tell you the difference of that, the thinking's the same, your feelings are not. If you're controlled by your emotions, thinking big could lead you to disappointment, could lead you to feeling like a failure, could lead you to feeling insecure, could lead you to feeling low self-worth. We don't want to feel those things, so therefore we don't think big. But that's maybe for a different day. I don't know. That might be a therapy session. It says their love and abundance-based consciousness is the engine that drives their big thoughts and creative ideas. The great ones are fearless and focused on manifesting their ultimate dreams. While the middle class thinks about how to avoid pain, the world class thinks about how to gain gratification. One group views the world as a scary place, the other sees it as an exciting adventure with endless possibilities. Which one do you see it as? The masses see life as a threat. The great ones see it as a game. The difference in thinking is so dramatic between these two groups that when you talk to them, it's as though you're speaking to people from different planets. The champion's abundance-based consciousness drives them to think and dream bigger with each passing success. The life each of us lives is the life within the limits of our own thinking. To have life more abundant, we must think in limitless terms of abundance. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you thinking this Wednesday morning? Are you thinking in limitless terms of abundance, or are we still seeing life as a threat? We're still seeing life as scary. We still have fear. We still don't know. Like, how are you operating? And the more that you focus on this, the more your life changes. The action step for today says review your vision for your life and think about your greatest dreams. Are you selling yourself short? Do you just want to make 100 grand? You just want to make 300 grand? Like, you're just selling yourself short? You just want to lose 20 pounds? What are your greatest dreams? You just want to buy a house, right? Like, what are the dreams? And are you selling yourself short? Are you thinking too small? Are you letting fear hold you back from the abundance of life? Do you really have what it takes to hit it big? Rewrite your vision today and go bigger than ever. Trust your ability to find a way to make your dreams come true. You can do this. Dream bigger, think bigger. If you change your thinking, you change your life. That is the process. It's not overnight. It's really simple. You just have to watch what you're consuming and you have to reprogram the mind. Watch what you're taking in your eye gates and your ear gates. And then the visualization and self talk that you do over years and years shifts your brain chemistry. That's all. You start thinking differently about life. You start thinking differently about opportunities. You start thinking differently about people, about yourself, about all of the things. And because of that, your life changes. Because of that, your life changes. It's my encouragement for you every time we jump on these calls, but specifically today, y'all. If you change your thinking, you change your life. Go out, do something that scares you today, do something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, do something that your future self will thank you for. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. If no one tells you, if no one's in your corner, I'm in your corner. I will tell you, you deserve this. You got to go make it happen. People are counting on you. It's just going to take a bunch of work. That's all. It's just going to take a bunch of work, but it's possible. You can go make it happen. Start today. I'll see you guys back here on Friday. Take care.